Hello YouTube, Sam here from youtube.com/onlivegamer for the new Boston, and in this tutorial we're going to be making a random number generator. So I'll go ahead and select a new project. We will select Windows Forms application and we will call it random generator, and we'll go ahead and click OK. Now before we get started, I want to talk to you guys about something. Um, Computers cannot truly be random because computers always follow a set instructions, and they cannot decide for themselves or make random decisions. Now, the random class is the best attempt at this that the .NET developers have created, and I'll show you a little flaw with that. Now here is a small little application that I made in about 10 minutes just to show you guys uh, that computers aren't really random. So if I start this random animation, you can see that it starts drawing on these graphics right here. And you can see that it has a trend. It's going up and to the left, and it just keeps doing that. Now, if we leave this running after a while, you will see that lines just streak up and to the left over and over and over again. Now, we will be making this closer to the end of the series of tutorials when we get into graphics, just so I could show you guys how the random class works and how it isn't really random. So let's go ahead and get started. I'll leave this running back here so we can come look at it after the tutorial's over. So we'll go ahead and resize this. We will come over here to our toolbox and we will add a list box, and we will add a button. And we'll go ahead and make this a little bit larger. Okay, so let's go ahead and set the name of the list box to list random numbers, and we'll set the text value of the button to random numbers, and we'll go ahead and set the name to button generate. So let's go ahead and double click on random numbers, and we'll zoom in once we get in here. Okay, so now what we need to do is we need to create an object of the random class. Now, in the next couple of tutorials, we're going to be learning about making classes. Now, we have used objects before, so this is kind of something that you need to learn leading up to making your own classes and stuff. So when you create an object of a class, it's pretty much like making a variable. It takes that class and makes a little a copy of that class that you can change the values, call the methods, call the functions, and it exists all on its own, and it has nothing to do with the original class. And you can make as many objects of a class as you want. So let's go ahead and declare, let's just do generator as new random. So now that we have made a new random object, we're going to go ahead and print out all these random numbers to the list box. So we'll go ahead and we will make a do while loop. So do, and we'll just type list, let's see what the name of our list box was, list random numbers dot items dot add, and we'll type generator dot next, and it returns a non-negative random number of type integer. So we'll just set a limit for this. So we'll do from value 0 to value 20, and then we'll go ahead and convert that to a string. Okay, so what this does is it uses our random class object, and it generates a random number between the value of 0 and 20 by using the next function. And then we went ahead and converted that integer to a string to add to our list box. So what we want to do is let's come up here and create a variable. So we'll declare my rand as integer, and we will set it equal to generator dot next, and we'll go from 0 to 20. Now let's go ahead and take out this right here, because this will generate two different numbers. So I'll just go ahead and type my rand. Sorry, I didn't think of this later. But so now that our generator or our random number is stored in a variable, we can loop while my rand is equal to a certain, while it is not equal to a certain value. So we'll just go ahead and loop while my rand does not equal 5. And let's go ahead and declare this outside of the loop so that it can be used there. So we'll just take this out and we will type my rand equals generator.next. Okay, so what this is going to do is it's going to keep printing out random numbers while my rand is not equal to 5. And once it equals 5, it is going to stop adding the numbers to it. So let's go ahead and bring this over here, and we'll go ahead and click random numbers. So you can see that it adds 0, 11, and 5. And then when we do it this time, it gets 2, 15, 4, 16, 10, 2, 19, 14, 13, and it goes all the way, and it generates a whole bunch of random numbers until it hits 5, and then it stops doing that. So let's go ahead and type list random numbers dot items dot clear. So each time we click the button, it's going to clear the list box and give us a new clean list box. So we got lucky on this one, and the first time it generated a number, it was equal to 5. And when we did it this time, we get a whole bunch of numbers, and then finally the last one is equal to 5, and it stops the loop. So go ahead and create a couple random numbers by using the next, and you can specify the limit here, and you can also do some other stuff. So play around with that and see what else you can do. You don't have to use this. You don't have to use loops, but just once you get familiar with the random class and how to use it, go ahead and move on to the next tutorial. And thanks for watching.